1, 2. Used to think it was upon a time there was three upon a time. Yeah. Must be some kind of way out of here. There's a joker to the thief. There's so much confusion. I can't get no relief. But oh, Mr. Stanley, drink my wine. Come in, get my herb.
Now the House is basically adjourned till Monday night. They're gone.
Oh, yeah.
They went on vacation.
Gone.
Nancy said, "Okay, everybody out of here." So they're not. If they came up with something, it couldn't pass over the weekend.
Right.
It's not going to happen over the weekend.
Now I'm going to turn things over to D. Lemon.
On something and then
This
trying
is
to get it to them.
Chris Como here. Actually, I commented on The View, and I said, the CNN expert. Then someone said, oh, he's a great journalist, he's the best and everything. Then I commented back, I said, impressive. Once upon a time, that was... He actually grew up around here in Albany. He lived in Albany. Grew up in Queens. Then, well, his father was Mario Como. We gotta clear our throat here a little bit. Mario Como, and that there's a gas tanker there. I mean, it's there a lot. I mean, when I go to this place to get the coffee in the morning, you know, fill up the holes there with the gas that goes down, because it's always there like a lot of the times. Like, cause the guy asked him a quick question. I go, you guys must sell a lot of gas here. Well, first he's like, what? I go, you sell a lot of gas here, right? And he's like, yeah. So I just, I see the tanker here. And I say, yeah, but it must be because you're in the perfect location here. Oh, yeah. And I said, we go, plus you're open 24 hours. Oh, yeah. All right. A nice little gentle introduction. And there was this really tall guy in there. And, again, we're pretty much confident that we're going to have a sit down, discuss some things, because I mean it kind of makes sense, because like there used to be nights I used to come home and from work, you have your little snacks and everything like that, and there was this gentleman on at night with these beautiful women, gorgeous women, and it was like acting, But at that time, I was kind of all done with the acting. You see, I did acting, and again, I'm not here to showboat or anything. It's just, I try my best to make it lively. Inside here, that's why I have twinkles and all that kind of stuff. And she's gonna have a little sip of coffee because we got a lot here. Let's get after it. So I'm going to hand things over to D. Lemon. D. Lemon, what do you think about these federal workers? Oh, my God. This guy here wants them to get loans. You know how much a loan is? It's like 9%. And then they had Laura Bush on there saying, it's going to, you got to feel a little bit of this, but it's going to get better. You got to feel a little bit of pain. So we're going back to feel your pain. I feel your pain. And, we are in these times where, because some people, it's a hard thing to handle. Whoa, I think I'm dead here. This tanker is coming right up. I got nowhere to pull. It's like that movie Duel or something. I don't know. It's icy roads here. Yeah, this could be it, man. I don't know. He's going like 90 miles an hour. He's got all kinds of trucks. No, cars on there. I don't, wow. You don't care, man. I wonder what the hell he's on. It's amazing, man. He was like 50 miles an hour. He must be late, man. He ain't messing around. And he's at that light that think, oh, wow. Some people have all the luck. When I'm at that light, it takes like 5 to 10 minutes. He just goes up there. All right, so back here, yeah, D Lemon. Yes. Thanks, Chris. You. I can't understand. These guys talk every night. They're in the CNN office and all that kind of stuff. They probably talk a lot. I would assume they would get to know each other. But just the other day, it wasn't today, but it was the other day. I mean, Chris is explaining. It's like, well, because D Lemon asked him, he's like, where'd you grow up? And Chris said, well, Queens, and then we moved to Albany. Of course, well, his father was the governor. He became the governor. Actually, I was there 2 times. It's a long story. I don't want to really I really don't want to go into that right now. I don't want to give anyone the satisfaction. But it's very, we go through changes. That's why we have the Bob Dylan here and all that kind of stuff. But, had something to do with, I can't even hint at it. I don't want to. So, no, it's nothing bad, trust me. I'm not hiding anything or anything like that. It was just, I was almost like that teenager, that they're making all the fuss about and all that kind of stuff. See how these stories come and they go, something else comes. Alright, so the thing is, okay, we have the federal employees here, 8,000, or 800,000, maybe more. It's very concerning and all that kind of stuff. Of course, the storyline is changing, the narrative is changing. I mean, it's definitely going to, and then they have you can see all the polls coming out. It's like 70% do not want a wall, or is it border security? It's the way they frame it. It's the way they put it together. Mostly everyone I have talked to in about the last 6 months, they all seem in favor of it. They seem in favor of it, but that's just around here. I mean, it kind of makes sense to them. Maybe some kind of security, however you do it. But why are you going to lay all this money down? Or say they do come to a deal. This is crazy. Everyone could agree on that it's a very crazy thing. And I'm no expert or anything like that. I'm not the smartest tool in the shed. But I'm saying, say the Democrats do, because they want to get their way. I mean, they're not in charge, but they got the House. They can do all this stuff. They're going to subpoena this, subpoena that, bank records, Moscow, Cohen hooked up with this, with that. He's going to go, hey, he's subpoena, he's going to, here's the big one, the big one's coming, that one's coming, then it won't come, then something else will come. Of course, he's going to take down a president. He's just, something he says is just going to be mighty believable. Alright, well, we'll see. We still haven't got there yet. But anyways, here's my point. So they're really concerned right now about all this, because the big guy there, he's worth $700 million, and I guess he's in charge of some kind of spokesperson for whatever. I don't know. Maybe the feds of the feds, or the state of the state, or the money of the money, the top of the top, or the economist, or whatever he is. And he's saying, don't worry about it. Take out a little loan and stuff like that. And meanwhile, we're hearing about some kind of draft. We're hearing about, no State of the Union, none of this. No wall, no money, no negotiation. So D. Lemon and Chris Cuomo, they talk about this all night. Just like Rachel Maddow and Laura O'Donnell. Lawrence. So they talk about, enjoy Reed and The View and everybody. Even Good Morning America, whatever. Everything. And, the Today Show, the Tomorrow Show, the Tonight Show, the Morning Joe, the Breakfast Club, the Chewed. We're at the V here. Hold on. Once upon a time. And they talk about all this. So there's 800. Well, it's just a temporary thing right now. They're trying to find a solution to it. It's not final. I mean, it could come at any minute. Things are going right now. Things are rolling. Even Susan Connell said we see some serious talks. We see things that are going on right now that could be useful, could be helpful. We could be ending this pretty soon. We know, I mean, everyone has to know their next move. It's a chess match here, or it's a whatever, it's a mind game. We're getting back to Cuomo and everybody, everyone I just mentioned there. Right, so you're so concerned about that. You say, oh, the paycheck. And yes, it is. You know, even Lawrence, yeah, he had on a lady there. And she's like, I love that Nancy Pelosi. You know, she's tough, you know. She ain't gonna let him get his wall and all that. I understand all this. But all this time, what about people that are really hurt? Now, if you switch over to another station, you have somebody talking about, you know, how many people were hurting, how many people were like, you know, relying on things, and like I discuss here on the show sometimes, like, you know, economics and socialism and all that kind of stuff. And then that's so, well, the thing. All right, let me explain to you like this. Like, say an artist, an entertainer, or whatever, like that flies around a lot. Say someone's going to Texas, going to be doing a show or something like that. He's flying in the airplane, he's looking down. I mean, you know, it's a mundane kind of thing, you know, the flying and all that, but you get there, and you go in, you know, you collect everybody's money, and then, you know, another town, you know. But as you're flying in overhead, like, you know, you see down, you look, you think to yourself, like, all the madness that's going to take place, but you have no part of that. You just go in there, you entertain, you get your cash, and you go. You see all the, you know, from up above, you see the houses, the cars, the business, everything. I mean, if you're a deep thinker, maybe think of all the people, all the problems, so many problems. People are going to get up, you know, what are they going to do? What are they going to think about? What's the first thing they're going to click? What's the first thing they're going to turn on? What's the first thing they're going to do? Who are they going to call? What are they going to say? What are they going to, you know, what are they going to wear? Are they going to be behind a big rig that's going 100 miles an hour with a whole bunch of cars on it and an icy road, doing a show, forgetting about what I was supposed to be talking about? But anyways, so I'm getting the coffee, and it was this tall guy, man, tall. I never met Glenn Slingerland in person, but I mean, you know, this guy was nice. He had the boots on. I don't know what kind of work he was. I gotta start getting involved more. I think for a while here I was just like holding back. I was like viewing it till I could find somewhere to come in on. Let me have my little coffee. Because of some things that happen. I mean, of course I'm on here. People are going to gun for you. They're gunning for you. They want to pick you apart. They want to dissect you. They want to figure out what makes you tick. They want to, you know, if you say anything that you know, that they don't agree with, you know, like, there's a girl on my list here for I don't know how long. Wish her happy birthday. You know, they shove you. Says, hey, you know, she likes everyone except mine and all that. You know, it's the same thing, you know. You deal with it. I dealt with it. I went through all this before. You know, I don't, you know, I guess some people just still keep me on because, you know, I don't know, they're just dying for me to fail. They just want me to fail. And that's not right. Just because I have a different view on things. They're not bad. They're not devilish. They're not godless. You know, they're about, okay, you keep on promising all this stuff. Now, how are you supposed to do it? You mean to tell me 70% of the people are not in favor of a wall, some kind of security? So anyway, so say the Democrats get their way and they do, you know, they do it half-ass, waste all this money. What is the point of it? 11 months ago, they had $25 billion. Clinton always talked about it. Obama always talked about it. They always talked about it. They always say it. They say it all the time. Okay, so we don't need it. You don't need it. Leave it open. In fact, you leave it more open. Knock down anything you put up. We don't need to do it like a normal process. You know, it's like the opposition. They always say we have so many people more on food stamps, so many people on public assistance, and this and that, relying, you know, no jobs. We heard all this. Now all of a sudden somebody's trying to like do something. Oh, it's a rich guy up there. That's what he's doing. He wants to save taxes on the rich. And then Trump's going around with the Venezuela thing, you know. He's using that. He said, we don't want to end up, we got our eye on Venezuela, whatever the place is. You know, we got our eye on it. We're looking at it. And over here, all right, you got Cortez, Alexander. I don't know. She's going around saying, 70 tax. We'll get him. We'll get the money. I don't know. But the entertainers on the plane flying in, come in and get their money. Or the people doing talk shows hand it off to the other person to sit there talking. Or the View, who they have on. They had Spike Lee on this week. They had Chris Cuomo. They had Lemon. Who else? Who can it be? Can I guess? What is today? Friday? Oh, Whoopi will take it off. It will just be joy. It'll be more passion. Maybe her and Megan can go at it. Megan's crying. She's an emotional wreck. What's going on in our country? Day 35 here, or 34, or whatever it is. We'll be back.
The Upper Plains and the Northern Rockies. For the most part, the rest of the nation is relatively calm. We'll see clear conditions from Florida over to California on I-10.